the Score North First Place Twins show, live from Bombasota, the land of 10,000 ranks. Rami Makloff in Milwaukee, Judd back in our TCL broadcast studios, but I can see him, his lovely face, and perfect posture via Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, where the show is streaming live this afternoon. It's really cool watching you guys streaming from over here in Milwaukee.
You know what's not cool?
What's that?
A baseball team that's got an opportunity to pounce just completely allows the day to pass by.
And I'm not saying that this should make Twins fans feel any better, because you want things for your team, and so shouldn't necessarily be looking at what other teams or what other fan bases are doing or how they're feeling. But in the old tweet deck, Judd, I have a column that is just following the hashtag trade deadline. So I'm seeing a lot of fan reaction, and I can tell you right now, there's almost not one fan base from what I'm seeing, except for maybe Indians fans and Reds fans, who both seem to like what they got in that deal, that's happy with what their team did today. This is either teams fans saying, why is Madison Bumgarner still on this team? Why is Zach Wheeler or Noah Syndergaard still on this team? Or fans of contenders like here in Minnesota that are saying, we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything serious or make a big splash before the trade deadline. I'm looking at Astros fans. I'm looking at Yankees fans. I'm looking at Red Sox fans on Twitter who are just not happy with their ball clubs right now. And again, that shouldn't necessarily change how you feel about the Minnesota Twins, what you wanted them to do versus what they actually did at the trade deadline. But just know that this is across Major League Baseball fans feeling like this right now.
Yeah, so Ken Rosenthal reporting Bumgarner ultimately stayed in San Francisco. Zach Wheeler stayed with the Mets. Vasquez stayed as well with the Pirates. Yeah, you know what, though? I get that, but the frustrating thing is if you're the Yankees fan base, I got nothing for you because you win a lot. And if you're the Astros fan base, as of late, you've won a lot. If you're the Twins, you were presented with what is a unique and rare opportunity. And the one thing that I would tell the Twins is, never count on future successes. When you're in the position that you were in right now, and had an opportunity to make a move that could have definitely strengthened your team and could have included prospects, you missed an opportunity. So I really don't, I get the direction of baseball, and I get the Yankees, and I get the Astros, and I get teams are in the same group as the Twins. And that in itself is an interesting discussion about the direction of things. But if you're a Twins fan too, I say be mad because you had an opportunity.
Agreed.
You were presented with a very and I you know what? A year from now, there's a chance Nelson Cruz is hurt. A good chance that things don't go as well. You have this lineup which proved itself. And if I'm a Twins fan too, I'm frustrated because I heard Thad Levine talk about the window being open and we would know and we would do this and do that. And then it opened and you got Sergio Romo. That's what you did.
Well, we think that's what they did, Judd. I do want to leave the window cracked open for optimism here because Ted Schwerz, am I getting that right, from Twins Daily, he tweeted out, it's now 3 p.m., the deadline has passed. Unless the Twins have filed a move with the league office, they made no additional transactions. Our guy Darren Doogie Wolfson, who you hear on The Scoop every week at scorenorth.com. Great podcast. You should check it out. It's also on the totally free, possibly for a limited time, Score North mobile app. He says, in response to that, stay tuned. And we know that Doogie is as tied in as just about anybody in the Minneapolis or Twin Cities, I should say, sports market. He may know something. If you see Doogie walking the halls, just pull him in the studio and say, what do you know? Give us all the scoop.
We shall see.
Now, Doogie. Yeah, so maybe, just maybe, there is something that's about to happen. There are sometimes deals within a 15-minute, half-hour window that Major League Baseball was just in the process of approving and dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So maybe there is something else on the horizon that hasn't happened yet. But I agree with you 100%, Judd. If there isn't another move made, yeah, Twins fans should be disappointed. And look, I was saying before the Indians made a move and before the Indians made a push to close the gap between themselves and the Twins atop the AL Central, that you needed to make a move not for the regular season, but to put yourself in a better position to win in October. And as of right now, they haven't done that. And the Indians made a significant move to address their weakness, which was that lineup by trading Trevor Bauer and getting Yasiel Puig and Franmil Reyes. So I agree with you, but hold on. We may have something. This may be what Doogie
I
was
like how you're
referring
keeping
to.
the anticipation going. Yes.
This is from Tommy Birch from the Des Moines Register. He covers Iowa State and the Iowa Cubs. I don't know why he'd have this, but he does have the blue check mark. He is part
You've
of
gone completely reckless. I love it.
He is part of baseball media, technically speaking. He says hearing rumblings
Yep.
of Sam Dyson of the Giants headed to the Twins, possibly 3 minor leaguers part of that deal.
Okay. Well, then you know what? I will wait. 651-646-8255. And while we do wait, let's open up the Twins vent line since we put it out there for phone calls. Let's start with Sam in St. Paul. Hi, Sam.
Hey guys. So I have a problem with this front office and what they did last year in trading away Brian Dozier and Eduardo Escobar. They were easily willing to trade them away, but now when it's time for us to be buyers, they're not willing to make the moves to make it happen. Like it's so frustrating and ridiculous that you're in a position where you can win the World Series, but you just sit on your hands. So I don't know. I look forward to Trevor May hanging a curveball and Aaron Judge taking them deep in October. So that's all I got to say.
All right, Sam. Thanks.
That's a mindset I don't get, Judd. I don't know about you, but the team didn't do what I want them to do. So now I hope they go out and lose to prove me right. I'd rather be wrong 100 times out of 100 when I want a team to do something and they don't go out and do it. I'd rather they go out and prove me wrong and that what they didn't do was the right choice. I don't know about you, but I've never understood that mindset.
I think yes.
If I may interject here, gentlemen.
Of course.
Rami,
yes.
your Chicago Cubs have made a move.
Oh, have they now?
Nick Castellanos is headed to the Chicago Cubs. Source tells ESPN and Jeff Passan.
And the Astros did get pitching help. They got Aaron Sanchez. Joel Sherman reports from the Blue Jays.
And Mike Leake headed to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, a flurry of moves after the deadline. At least we're getting something, guys. Hopefully some of it involves the Twins, but at least we're getting something here a little bit after the trade deadline.
Well, then, yeah, let's make it Sam Dyson, okay? It's not exactly the greatest Christmas gift, but it's something. Let's make it Sam Dyson. You know what? Hell, let's call the Braves and get John Ryan Murphy back for cash ourselves. Let's do something. I feel like the kid who comes down on Christmas Day and I look below the tree and there's nothing there.
Sam Dyson, I know probably not high on many's wish list, but has been pretty solid for the San Francisco
He had the
Giants
one bad year in Texas, right?
Yes.
He had one bad year, but I think at one point he's a decent pitcher.
So far this year, 49 games, 51 innings pitched, a 2.47 ERA.
All right.
He has 47 strikeouts, a WHIP of .902, so a WHIP under 1, which is always something you're looking for from your relief pitchers, and a WAR of 1.1. So an under the radar guy, but I think this definitely, along with Sergio Romo, does to some degree solidify the back end of the bullpen if indeed this trade does go through, as a couple of outlets are reporting it just might here in the next few minutes.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Nate in Tennessee has been holding. Hi, Nate.
Actually, real quick, Judd, before we get Nate on, this is from Fantasy Labs MLB. They have almost 26,000 followers and a blue check mark, so that's something. They say Sam Dyson has been traded to the Twins.
Okay. All right. Nate, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Well, that kind of changes what I've been sitting here waiting to say the whole time, what you just announced there. But, yeah, I mean, I was pretty much expecting a blockbuster trade from this team for the last month or so. But I guess the way the market shaped up this year, you know, with teams not wanting to end up like the Pirates did last year, you know, the top line starters and closers weren't really flying off the shelves. But I think even with that, the window was wide open for the Twins to get some of those second-tier relief guys just because of how bad the Twins' bullpen is. And, I mean, I guess it sounds like they did go out and get 2 of those guys, one at the last second. But with so many guys in the Twins' bullpen being so below replacement level, there really would be no excuse for shoring that up, especially when it would only cost, you know, middle-of-the-line farm guys. So just want to see what you guys had to say to that, and hopefully this Dyson guy is all right.
Thanks, Nate.
Whoa.
Manny Hill,
Yeah.
can you play the breaking news sounder,
Yes,
please?
I was just getting ready to.
Because Sam Dyson just got blown out of the water. If that Dyson
What the hell?
trade rumor is true or trade information is true.
Let's see. Hang on here. It doesn't want to fire right now. We've got breaking news.
I think the sounder feels the same way we do right now.
The Houston Astros, according to Ken Rosenthal, who is never wrong, have obtained Zack Greinke.
The hell?
The Astros just got Greinke. Well, guess what, Rami? The Astro fan base no longer frustrated.
No.
They'll take back all that frustration. So the Astros get, I told you they had got Aaron Sanchez from the Blue Jays. Okay, that's a nice little pickup. They have just obtained and obviously taken on a lot of contract, and who knows how they're going to sort this out. Zack Greinke has been traded. Zack Greinke, who I believe, Derek, jump on the mic here if I'm not wrong, pitched today for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, he was on the mound. Look, that's him right there.
Yeah.
They've got him on the MLB Network highlights as we speak.
So the Astros must have come calling him with a package.
Holy cow.
And probably an offer to pay him as well that the Diamondbacks couldn't turn down. Again, the breaking news here as we just passed now 3:15. The deadline was at 3, but we're finding out about the late deals. The paperwork's going through right now. Zack Greinke is going to be a Houston Astro.
Wow.
You know what, man? You get into a best of 5 American League Division Series with the Houston Rockets, and you get Houston Rockets. Houston.
You might as well be the Rockets now, man. Run with it.
And
they're shooting threes.
You got to go Verlander, Cole, Greinke. Good luck, man.
And they got Aaron Sanchez today
and they
too.
They picked up Aaron Sanchez too. Good luck, man.
I'm going to wait and see what the deal was and what the Astros gave up to get Zack Greinke.
Looks like they're getting 4 prospects, according to Jeff Passan.
Can you do me a favor, Manny, and try and see how highly those prospects were ranked? Because if this was and I know I've been very much in the minority when it comes to the Zack Greinke conversation, whether or not the Twins should have been in on that. I was all in on Zack Greinke. You look at the numbers that guy is still putting up at this stage in his career. I know it's a hefty contract, but either the Diamondbacks probably are picking up some of that, or it lowered the price in terms of what they were asking for in return when it comes to prospects. We'll see exactly what the deal is when the details shake out. But I was in on getting Zack Greinke, and especially if it meant keeping him out of the hands of another AL contender like the Yankees or the team that it appears finally got him, the Houston Astros, because of what Manny just said. Now, instead of being able to throw that guy at them come October, along with Jose Barrios and fill in the blank for the other guy in your playoff rotation, he's now in a rotation with Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole.
So if you're a Twins fan, though, you should now officially be pissed off.
Yes.
Wow.
This is you just allowed, and I'm not even saying you could have gotten Greinke because I know he had a no trade list that included the Twins. So I'm not even saying, but this is where, and this goes back weeks ago to what we talked about, which was you got to go get Mad Bum now. You've got to, if it's going to be Mad Bum, Syndergaard, just take your pick. But you got to give yourself a chance. Now, what's your chance? Odo against Greinke? What's your chance? You just looked a gift in the face and passed. If I'm a Twins fan, I'm not happy one bit. And I'm sorry. If Sam Dyson's true, that don't exactly make up for this. This to me is disturbing, not because Greinke didn't come here, because I don't think that was probably going to happen, but because you don't even come close to matching it now. This is what teams that want to win championships do. It's that simple. And today was, I think, a very important test for, in particular, because it's his show to run, Derek Falvey, to say, okay, today we're going to learn about how you approach a championship. And your answer was Sam Dyson, and the Astros are like, well, that's cute. We're going to get 3 pitchers, and one's going to be Zack Greinke. If I'm a Twins fan, I think you have if you're our Twins fan listening to us right now, I think you have every right to be PO'd because your team looked an opportunity, a really great opportunity in the face and said, we'll